How were you able to recover from that first quarter and turn it around so quickly?
Just keep even keeled. I think we got a little bit of a spark there at the end of the first. Made a couple of subs, and I just kept telling the guys we're starting to feel the pace and physicality and the urgency that we need throughout this game. We obviously knew we needed that to come in, but give the Clippers credit. They came in with a different mentality. They were physical. They were playing tons of force on the offensive side. We were turning the ball over, a little carelessly, so that allowed them to kind of get a spark going. But then we kind of just settled down towards the end of the first. I just reminded them that just keep staying the course. It's a long game. We're starting to feel out what this game's going to need from us. Then we battle back. Obviously, have a great second quarter, take a lead in there, build a 20-point lead in the second half. So, proud of the guys. It's a 48-minute game, and we just had these looks in our eyes like, hey, what's going on right now in the first quarter? We don't have it, and then luckily we were able to turn the corner before it got too late.
You've talked a lot about watching how teams defend you down the stretch, and I'm watching the Clippers guard Luke Kennard, and of course they probably know him better than most teams. They are all over him. What are you noticing in terms of how he is progressing to the point where even when teams are guarding him, as tight as they were, it seems like he still, throughout the course of the game, was able to find ways to get his shot off?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that he's going to see a lot of. I would imagine Dez is going to see it too. Teams are going to be physical with him. They're going to try to deny him opportunities to come off of screens with ease. They're going to try to blow dribble handoffs up, and we just got to keep playing. So there are those lineups, when you got Dez and Luke out there, that sometimes you're going to have to pick one or the other, or if you take one away, the other guy's going to be open. So it's going to be a kind of I don't know how to say, like an opportunity for us to kind of feel things out. I think Luke obviously has seen these coverages before. He didn't just give in to being denied. He kept trying to fight to get the ball, and then when they were up and pressuring, he got off the ball. He drove, whatever it was. So kudos to him. But this is something that we've talked about, like the question before the game, like what are teams going to be doing to us pick and roll wise, off ball screen wise, not just to Ja and Tyus, but what are they going to do to Dez, Luke, what are they going to do to JJ? Tonight's an example of it, so it'll be more sample size for us to go back and figure out, is it play call related, is it just concept related, how do we combat that? But Luke has did a great job against it.
How nice is it to see a rookie like Roddy be aggressive when he's given the minutes, along with what X and Santi are doing coming off the bench as well?
Yeah, I mean, D-Rod, that's one of his greatest traits is his competitiveness. We've seen that since day one. I've said that, pretty much all season, but he's going to impact the game a lot of different ways. It's his downhill drives. It's the force he plays with, his physicality. We chatted before the game. I was like, hey, you're getting great experiences, all these different matchups, that you're going to get opportunities against. It's Westbrook. It's, Powell. It's Leonard at times. He's gotten different ones throughout the season, and he owns that. He owns that growth opportunity. It's come up with 50-50 balls, big-time rebounds, creating second chances for us. So he's just a hard-playing dude, and I love that about him. And then, obviously X has given us so much, with Steven, out, like, it doesn't matter what his role is. It's to, connect the team defensively, offensively, multiple coverage defender. He's got his nice little touch shot in the paint, but can play make as well. He's got drive game. He just plays within himself and plays within the offense. I think he's developed good chemistry with both of our point guards and then Dez when, they're cutting and moving without the ball. And then Santi, obviously got the experience early to be a starter at the 4 and then coming up, and now he's playing some 5 at times. We're having to do some different things, nature of the roster right now. So just really impressed with him, just figuring out how to use his playmaking skill, learning the physicality of the game, learning angles and all that stuff. As he continues to develop his body, it's going to be really fun to see how he's going to be a versatile player on both ends too.
Taylor, so you mentioned, being even keeled, staying the course, that led, that second quarter run. Is there a specific element of execution that stood out to you in that quarter as well?
I think our defense tightened up a little bit. We made a couple of adjustments. I think we started switching a little bit more. They were attacking us with too much ease in the pick and roll game. I think switching helped us a little bit more there. Then offensively, just taking care of the ball a little bit better, helped us just get a little bit of a rhythm. We were able to get out and transition, another night of 20-plus fast break points. But sometimes it's just kind of just assessing what's working game plan-wise. I don't think it was really anything offensively. We knew they were going to be physical. We knew they were going to try to go under, their pickup points. They were going to deny certain guys. We were just a little stagnant. We weren't getting the ball movement that we needed. And then once we did, it kind of unlocked us. But it really started. I said, guys, it's as simple as just being in the right spot and getting deflections. Like, let's be in the right spot. Let's have bodies on bodies. Let's switch a little bit more. Let's engage one-on-one defense. And then when we're in rotations, let's turn them over a little bit. And we did. And then that kind of sparked us.
First of all, did you know that Roddy could jump like that?
That definitely surprised me. I say that respectfully. I knew he's got some bounce and he's got some force, but that was a pretty epic dunk for sure. So once he gets a runway, you watch out.
And this is a team that has all kinds of different personalities, from Santi to Dylan. How have you guys been able to blend all of that together over these last couple of years, and how much does that matter when you get to the postseason and you have stronger personalities and other types of personalities and managing all of that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the unique opportunity as a head coach, as a staff, to, it's figuring out rotations and combinations and chemistry. None of that matters until you figure out the chemistry of the locker room and the roster that you build. And I think the best thing is everyone's definitely got different personalities, and introverts, extroverts, silly, serious, whatever it is, but they're all competitors and they all care about being a part of a group, trying to win. I mean, they all carry that simple thread. And I think it's great that we always talk about just be yourself, play to your strengths, but play to your strengths as you are as a person. So I think it's credit to the guys. We just talk about, the togetherness, that's an element of it. You just embrace it, and they make fun of each other. We talk about how much, I'm not going to say the word, but that they talk to each other, and they make fun of each other and all that stuff. But it's being comfortable in your own skin when you can be able to do that at a professional level in a team environment. I think it kind of brings you together a little bit more. You get to kind of open up a little bit more about yourself before you even become the player that you're going to become or a teammate you're going to become. So it's credit to the guys. They just embrace each other, be comfortable in your own skin. Don't take anything too personal. Just be who you are. It's great to see over the 4 years.
Coach, Jaren broke the franchise record, his own franchise record in blocks tonight in 20 less games this time around. What makes him such a great defender on the defensive end, and why he should be a defensive player of your candidate?
Yeah, I absolutely think we got a number of guys that should be getting season awards, all NBAs. JJ, at the top of the list for defensive player of the year. I think it's just a steady progress from year to year. Him watching film, identifying tendencies, timing is probably one of the biggest things that we've talked to him a lot about, in the last 2 years. Just coming out of nowhere, reading when guys have, blind spots where he can come over and clean things up for us. I think it's confidence that his teammates have instilled in him to unleash that nature. And when I always get asked, he's got a care factor. Like, he wants to be an anchor defensively. He wants to set a tone. So no surprise that he broke the record, and especially less games. But he embraces that. He should be defensive player of the year. You've got DB out there from a defensive standpoint, should be all NBA. You've got all NBA, in Ja and Dez. Like, we got a lot of guys that contributed to our success this year. So, JJ in particular with the defense, you see when he's in and out of the game, the impact he can make for us.
Hey, Taylor, have you been a part of a team that was down 20 points and less than 5-6 minutes later you up almost double digits that quickly?
You probably have to do the research and let me know. I don't know. I've been down 20 before and come back and won games. That's the beauty of our game. I mean, just the way the ball bounces. It's the energy that you play with, and talking about just our mentality shifting towards the end of that first quarter was big. I mean, if we didn't have that shift at the end of the first quarter to cut it to 13, could have been a whole different ball game. Because they were playing with great force. So very impressive for our guys, to take a lead in halftime to build it from there. So it's the beauty of basketball. Great. Thanks, everybody.